Executive Secretary, ASPHCDA, tours the primary health centers in Miatanam. ABGA faithful talks to earn commitment to party to achieve collective goals. CSOs fought INEC over alleged delay in CVR exercise in Bayelsa State. From the foreign scenes, 2 senior Russian military officers killed in Ukraine as Ukraine-Russia war rages on. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. My name is Uchechukwu Ibunam. Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim has asked members of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, to be more united and committed to collective goals in order to make the party more relevant. The Deputy Governor made the call while speaking during a meeting with Awka South APGA stakeholders at Nibo in Awka South local government area. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more. The Anambra State Ministry of Power and Water Resources have flagged off the hydrogeological and hydrologic mapping of the state to have comprehensive data on surface and underground water sources in the state. Speaking during the event held in Awka, the State Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka, emphasized that the state government is keen on delivering on its agenda as contained in the People's Manifesto, hence the efforts to ensure that the Anambra have access to clean water supply in their homes. Kenneth Chukwuchukwu found the report taken from here.
That most diesel-powered water sources in the state have been converted to solar energy to ensure that the people enjoy uninterrupted water supply. As he said, that the water mapping will enable the state have comprehensive data on water sources and how to harness them, including attracting key partners for progress.
We have gone around the state to assess the positions of the water, sanitation and hygiene facilities that we have in the state. Both the boreholes, the toilets and what have you. To know their locations, know when they were built, who built them, are they functional, are they not functional? If they are functional, what made them functional? If they are not functional, how was it managed in the past? And also, check their sources of power.
On his part, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, harped on the need for potable water for Anambra as a lot of waterborne diseases exist, which the project will go a long way to solve.
The international communities, the WASH and others at WHO, UNICEF should also please partner with us in the state to actualize the dream of the governor on this. And they have already spoken about what the governor had in mind about water, ensuring water is available everywhere, especially the rural areas.
The Chairman House Committee on Power and Water Resources, Honorable Emmanuel Nwafo, in his speech, pointed out that having partners who will join hands with the state government in providing water is important, and noted that the mapping is a laudable project.
His vision for the smart mega city is here again with this hydrological arrangement to disseminate water to entire Anambra State, starting from here.
Mr. Ikeobi Ejiofor, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra State Water Resources Management Office, and the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Power and Water Resources, Mrs. Ifenyuma Uzoka, remarked that water is important to life, adding that the hydrogeological mapping is a milestone achievement that will bring about turnaround in water supply. Mr. Victor Ezekwo, the Acting Director, Water Resources Department, Ministry of Power and Water Resources, and the lead consultant in the hydrogeological mapping, Dr. Ben Ukute, explained that the exercise will make a difference as it entails surface and underground water potentials in the state, its chemical loads, and quality analysis. The Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Engineer Chukwuemeka, flagged off sinking of borehole at the Aroma Water Reservoir.
The Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Pharmacist Chisom Uchem, has told Umweze and Umwanora primary health centers, all in Miatanam, Anambra West local government area. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye has details.
Speaking during the visit, Pharmacist Uchem, accompanied by top officials of the agency, said that the visits were in line with the mandate given to the agency by Governor Chukwuma Soludo to ensure that every primary healthcare facility in Anambra State is working perfectly. She explained that explorations were also aimed at having on-the-spot assessments of the facilities, interface with community stakeholders to know what they want, as well as to fashion out modalities for a seamless working relationship between the agency and the community. Pharmacist Uchem, who noted that the current administration in the state is passionate about the health needs of the Anambra, urged stakeholders to embrace the public-community-private partnership introduced by Governor Soludo to ensure that the Anambra take ownership of every government facility in their areas.
Now we have a minimum service package. Each facility will get minimally if it's not a health center. Remember that phone okay, it's not a health center call. So now that God has given us something that is actually a structure, we can actually improve on the structure. We make here an enviable primary health care center that they want to come and identify with us. We need to collaborate effectively.
Yeah. The state health educator, Mrs. Uju Onwebuzine, harped on the need for community leaders to always support the agency to serve them better by ensuring safety of their workers and facilities, as well as equally ensure that their wives, mothers, and pregnant women access the facilities and participate in vaccination programs.
Okay, then for our coaching system, our solar direct drive, no na all of my phone and vaccine for year. Phone and all wine be all steady.
Responding, the President General Ifitanam community, Mr. Chujehu Ofodile, and the stakeholder in the community, Chief Raphael Nwadiobu, thanked officials of the agency for the visit and promised that they will work assiduously to support the agency to serve them better at all times.
I believe by this year now we're going to the land in the hospital is small. Obligata may expand. Like I may expand. I'm telling you this, Nekimana Uburo Cholo, Agamniru. This hospital, health and the school is one of the basic things not benefit whether rich or poor. So we are ready to do everything, but it is available to us.
The director, Anambra West Health Authority, Mr. Peter Iwema, Anambra State Cold Chain Officer, Mr. Augustine Aniesona, among others, were present during the tour. From Miatanam in Anambra West local government area, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Hotel Owners Association of Anambra State has elected new executives that will pilot its affairs for the next 3 years. The election took place in Oka. Over now to correspondent Emmanuel Chibata, who takes the story from here.
New officers of the association were all elected unopposed from the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Under Anambra Central Senatorial District, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoye emerged the President, Administrative Secretary and Zonal Chairman Engineer Obinna Opalo, Treasurer Engineer Ndubisi Nwobu, Public Relations Officer Mr. Ndubisi Okoye, and Patron Chief Obiora Ezenwa. In Anambra North Senatorial District, Mr. Lawrence Okechukwu was elected Vice President 2 and Zonal Chairman, Financial Secretary Mr. Basil Ofuozo, Assistant Administrative Secretary Mr. Rotimi Franklin, Provost 2 Ibaushi Joaquin, Public Relations Officer 2 Madabushi Ozemena, and Patron Dr. Godwin Okonkwo, who was the immediate past president of the association. In Anambra South Senatorial District, Taiwo Ogunshola was elected Vice President 1, Welfare Officer Nonso Ojukwu, Zonal Chairman Chidi Okoloedo, Patron Emeka Okorosha, while Chief Delimo Kafo was made the Grand Patron of the association, and Barrister Jude Onyejibu as the legal advisor. Inaugurating the new officers, the Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Mr. Don Onyenji, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Laz Okafo, who thanked the old executive for piloting the affairs of the association without rancor, congratulated the new executive and asked hoteliers in the state to register their facilities with the government and join the association both at zonal and state level.
I want to say that we are all partners in the economic development agenda of Anambra State. The position occupied by hotels and hospitality industry in Anambra State, nobody can controvert that position. And without hotels and restaurants and allied organs that attach to the hospitality industry, we find that it will be very, very difficult for the economic activities of the state to be complete.
Speaking, the grand patron of the association, Chief Delim Okafo, said the relationship between hoteliers and the government have been harmonious, urging the new executive to ensure that more hoteliers are registered under the association as well as cooperate with the new government for more work in the hospitality industry.
If all of us can adopt that system and keeping the money, being honest, it will go a long way to harmonize our relationship with the ministry.
In his valedictory speech, the immediate past president, Dr. Okonkwo, said it was a great privilege to serve the association and urged the new officers to work in unity for optimal progress of the association, while the new president of the association, Engineer Wokoye, represented by wife Lady Tessie, in his acceptance speech, pledged to serve the association well.
Being in good relationship with the government and the law enforcement agencies, because all our problem in this state is from these two groups. So I had a good rapport between the two agencies in this state.
The event was capped with presentation of awards to the former executive, Emmanuel Shibata, for ABS News.
Over 200 persons have benefited from NECA Chidoka Medical Outreach Program held in Obosi, Demili North Local Government Area. The comprehensive healthcare mission, which was part of activities to honor late Deaconess Victoria NECA Chidoka, held at Thomas Chidoka Center for Human Development, Obosi, cuts across eye care, blood sugar and malaria tests, physical fitness, as well as cancer awareness lecture, was aimed at building a healthy society. Correspondent Odinaka Nwodisa reports.
According to the benefactor and former Aviation Minister Chief Osita Chidioka, the medical mission was formed by the need to increase public awareness on early detection of various forms of cancer and the elimination of the scourge in society. He said the medical mission coincided with the burial ceremony of their mother, Nneka Chidioka, pointing out that the funeral ceremony was a time to reach out to the benefactor of programs as it targets cancer screening and intervention for vulnerable women in the locality. The cancer advocate, while stressing need for routine check, pledged commitment in supporting and assisting hospitals in the areas in use of chemotherapy, also declared readiness in empowering and providing succor to alleviate the plight of the small business ventures in the community.
Our mother passed at the age of 75 almost, and she had suffered from cancer from the last 15 years of her life. And the reason why she lived that long, despite all predictions, was because of early detection and care. So when she passed on, I felt that the need for us to bring it to the open, to discuss the scourge of cancer. It's affecting young people, old people, men, women, and we felt the need to use the opportunity to talk about health awareness, keeping healthy, preventive methods to keep us healthy, and also treatments that are possible.
Speaking at the event, the head of the medical outreach, Dr. Chenonso Mwosu, advised people to maintain healthy lifestyle and routine checks.
We give a kind of an overview or a kind of health talk to them. And then personally, when we see some patients with certain ailments, we advise them, sort of like people with hypertension, we advise them on what to do to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Because number one, in controlling of hypertension, your lifestyle, you need to maintain a healthy lifestyle. You must be very careful with what you eat.
Describing the initiative as a welcome development, some beneficiaries, including Obueshi Stephen Nwabonike and Mrs. Comfort Inyaka, expressed gratitude for the kind gesture and urged others to emulate him.
So now this type of a thing.
The medical outreach started with physical fitness, which took them around Obosi community. From Obosi, Odinaka Wolisa reporting.
From the federal scenes, civil society organizations, CSOs in Bayelsa State have expressed concern over the alleged reluctance of the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct continuous voters registration in Bayelsa State ahead of the November 11th governorship elections in the state. The CSOs, led by the Fostering Achievement of Community Empowerment FACE initiative, alleged that despite the shortage of time and in accordance with Section 9 of the 2022 Electoral Act, the non-compliance of the electoral body to continue to register new voters until August is a violation of the section of the law. They reminded INEC that the law stipulates that the registration of voters, updating the revision of the register of voters under the section shall not stop not later than 90 days before any election covered by this act. The Executive Director of FACE Initiative, Natimi Odio, in a statement made available, said that many Bayelsa youths have attained 18 years of age since the suspension of the CVR exercise in July 2022. He explained that there are also others who could not complete the registration or register at all before the suspension of the last exercise. Two senior Russian military officers have been killed in eastern Ukraine. The Russian Defense Minister said the latest high-profile losses for Moscow in a grinding war with its western neighbor. The ministry said the two officers, Colonel Yasholov Makarov and Colonel Yevgeny Brosko, were killed in action while leading Russian troops in the Donetsk region. It did not specify when or exactly where they were killed. A Russian Defense Ministry briefing said the commander of the 4th Motorized Rifle Brigade, Colonel Yashukov Makarov, being at the forefront, personally led the battle. The ministry said Broko, the deputy commander of the Army Corps for Military Political Work, was leading troops in repelling enemy attacks, and heroically died after receiving multiple shrapnel wounds. The forthcoming Anambra State School Sports Festival, scheduled to hold between May 17th to June 24, has received endorsement of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, Anambra chapter. SWAN, in a statement released on Sunday, commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for bringing back school sports to the state after over a decade and described the initiative as the best in efforts to develop sports in Anambra, as well as return the state to its place of pride in Nigerian sports. It, however, urged the governor to continue to support the sports sector with adequate funding and called for the construction of more sporting facilities across the state, as well as upgrade of existing ones to enable teaming young athletes have available and accessible sporting environment to develop their talents. The statement, signed by the chairman of the association, Anthony Oje, and the secretary, Chimezia Naso, declared support for the festival and promised to collaborate with the organizers to ensure success. SWAN commended the Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Ministries of Education and Local Government Affairs for their collaborative efforts in organizing the festival. A well-lived life and fulfilled legacy calls for celebration. For this, people from all walks of life gathered at Obosi, Idemili North Council area as Deaconess Victoria Neka Chidoka was committed to Mother Earth. The funeral service held at St. Andrew's Anglican Church of Bosi, officiated by the Bishop of the Niger, Right Reverend Owen Nwokolo, was graced by the Primate Church of Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Ndokoba, among galaxy of clerics. Staff reporter Odinaka Mwolisa reports that the venue of the funeral service was filled to capacity with the high and mighty in society.
Deaconess Victoria Chidioka, aged 75 years, was the mother of the former Minister of Aviation, Chief Osita Chidioka, and the member representing Idemili North and South in the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Obinna Chidioka, among other siblings. In his exhortation, the primate, represented by the Dean, Church of Nigeria, Most Reverend Ali Buba Lamido, said if Christians fail to acknowledge the second coming of Christ, Christian faith is in vain, reminding all of the need to position their life journey, making decisions for eternity. Describing the disease as a woman who lived an impactful life, serving God and humanity, Most Reverend Lamido encouraged the family to uphold her legacy.
This is the kind of life and the kind of death everyone would like to die in the Lord Jesus Christ. When we die in Jesus, the kingdom belongs to us, and we can make a choice while we are alive and be in Jesus Christ.
In his speech, the first son, Chief Osita Chidioka, who spoke of her positive attributes, highlighted that the funeral ceremony was an opportunity to champion a cause in contributing their quota towards early detection of cancer scourge in the society.
So for the past 3 days, we have a medical mission with specialist oncologists here in Busi. We started from Mosul, our maternal grandmother, our mother's home. And so far we have seen about 400 and something patients. We are not stopping at this funeral. It is continuing. The Nneka Chidioka outreach program is going to be a permanent feature of our life.
Eulogizing her mother as a philanthropist who lived for charity, her only daughter, Pastor Ada Ebon, promised to immortalize her legacy. Tributes, testimonies, and condolence messages, laced with prayers, flowed from friends and well-wishers who attested on her compassion to community services. Commiserating with the family, the Minister for Labour and Productivity, Senator Chris Ngige, and the former Vice President, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, represented by High Chief Obiora Okonkwo, said the late woman was a mother to all, encouraging the family to be consoled by her virtues.
The important thing is that the life was a life that is full of fulfillment of what one wants to achieve. I done her own part. This is life, and life is like a stage. You come and play your own.
Others who spoke, including a former Anambra State lawmaker, Honorable Chuka Ezehune, and a stakeholder, Mr. Emeka Asimone, urged them to take solace in the Lord. Various groups, in-laws, took turn to pay their last respect as Abriba Wardens, live band, entertained sympathizers. From Obosi, Odinaka Nwolisa, reporting.
May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Before that, here to end of the news, remember that you can follow news and program on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Go on to subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. You can also join us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main points that made the news again this morning. Executive Secretary ASPACDA has stored primary health centers in Miatanam. ABGA faithful have been tasked in commitment to party to achieve collective goals. CSOs have faulted INEC over alleged delay in CVR exercise in Bayelsa State. 2 senior Russian military officers have been killed in Ukraine as Ukraine-Russia war rages on. Governor Shukuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. That's all on the news this morning. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. Be good.